welcome to my online learning art class. So we're gonna try and do some fun things that use some of the skills that we have already learned in art class. So I want you to think back to 4th grade when we made our optical illusions and we did some measuring. So as you can see, I've kind of measured around the outside an inch. You can do that, go ahead around the outside of your paper. And down here where you will have that little extra inch, half inch, don't worry about that. You can mark a tick mark there. You don't have to, that's up to you. If you've never measured an inch before, what you do is you take your ruler, you line it up, and with the edge of the paper, and where there's a long line, where there's a tick line right there, that is where you would make your little tick mark, and you just do it for the 2, 3, 4, all the way down. Turn your ruler, do the same thing, do it from the bottom, do it from the same way. These lines are guides this time. We're not gonna have to make them exactly perfect. They're going to be guides for you for this project. After you do this, make sure they're not very dark. You're doing that in pencil. Then you're just gonna take a pencil, and I want you to make kind of like a big swoop that goes through your paper from one side to another. So my swoop, and it can start on one of these, but it doesn't have to end up with the corresponding one. Mine's gonna come down and end there. It's gonna start with this one. It's gonna come down and end there. So it's almost like a road that's going there. You can have yours going from side to side, corner to corner. It's totally up to you. That part is there so that we don't mark on it. Now this is where it gets fun. So before, when we did this, we would measure each one to each one and draw straight lines. That's not gonna happen. We're gonna have a little bit of an optical illusion here. So we don't necessarily want straight lines. We might want curvy lines, and we may not want them to hook up exactly to the same one. The important thing is not to cross lines. You'll see what I mean. So if I start up here at this tick mark, I might make a wavy line that comes over and doesn't even meet up with that tick mark. So I'll probably be erasing that one later on. This one might come this way and get fatter and come like that. This one might just go like this, and of course you won't see where that will meet because it's behind there. This one might come in. We might see a little bit of that one coming out like that. This one come through. Of course, we're leaving this space because we're gonna do something else in there later. Now, if you wanted to create the illusion of like a circle under here, then you could lightly draw or trace a circle, and then we'll use some of the same principles we did before in last year's lesson. So I'm gonna come around this way, coming this way. Now, if I want this circle to show up, if you remember, the lines go straight on a circle, like on the circle, and then where it might start to curve would be around that way. Let's add another one in here just for fun, so you can really see the curve. If you have room to go off the page, that's okay. So now I've got that done. Let's go ahead and turn the page this way. I'm going to connect these, and I'm just gonna connect this one here. It's gonna go through and touch there. Just like that. Now I wanna be very careful since I have this circle. I kind of wanna make sure I get that right. So I'm gonna skip over here, and I'm going to make one in between here that comes right down the middle, and then it can go kind of crazy and do silly things over here. Then this one is gonna come and go around it and then come off and connect over there. This one's gonna go around it as well and connect. This is gonna go around and off the page. But notice none of my lines cross over the other lines that are going in the same direction. If you do that, then it makes a big mess and it's not gonna work. This illusion is not gonna work. So this one, I'm just going to come around like that. So you can kind of see the sphere in there that wants to be seen. Now, once you do that, we're gonna do the Xing again. If you remember this from last year, you're going to lightly X every other one. And you thought it was hard last year. Now these aren't even squares anymore. So you're gonna lightly X the ones you want to color in. Lightly X, lightly X, lightly X, lightly X. If you get that much done today, then you are doing pretty good. So I'm pretty confused over here. So I'm gonna continue going on the top here and see if it helps me figure it out. I'm not seeing how it's going to. It looks like this would be here. So I'm assuming that would be the one. And it should work. Yep, it's working out. Making sure they're kissing corners, not hugging neighbors. We are Xing the kissing corners, not the hugging neighbors. And I even find it hard to talk when I'm doing this because I get confused and I need to pay attention to what I'm doing. So notice, not the next door neighbors, but the kissing corners. And it's really hard to see on these because the lines are all wavy and crazy. Up, see? I made a mistake because I'm talking. I made a mistake right there and made hugging neighbors. That's why we X. Believe me, if you don't X, I promise you'll get all this done and then you'll have to start all over again. So, doing my kissing corners. That is a kissing corner. That is a kissing corner, kissing corner, kissing corner. I have them all X'd. That is the only part we're doing today. Only part we're doing today. Don't do any other parts yet because I don't want you to get too far ahead, and this is enough for our brains to be working on. Tomorrow we'll talk about coloring in the backgrounds. Okay? So until tomorrow, have fun. I will also have posted some drawing challenges. If you really want to draw some more things to send to me, I will post some of those so that you can spend some more time making art if you have the time and you want to do that. Have a good day.